Rise and shine and welcome to story time. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. I'm so glad you're here. A little louder. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. I'm so glad you're here. Now a little whisper. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. Rise and shine and welcome to story time. I'm so glad you're here. Sawadee-ka! Sabadi mai? Hello, how are you? It's me, it's Miss Stephanie, here for another fantastic story time. I really am so glad you are here because, as you all know, if you've been with me before, the more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books, read small books, read short books, read tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. You guys did so great. I see some new faces out there. So, let me use my manners, my apologies. I did introduce myself, but I forgot to welcome our newcomers. So first, welcome back those of you who have been here before to Storytime with Miss Stephanie, and welcome for the first time to our newcomers who are just joining us today for the very first time. Welcome to Storytime. We are really glad to have you. As you can see, we do like to sing and we do like to dance. So hope you have a great time today with us. Now, if you remember, if you were here last time that we did story time, I told you guys that I have been taking some walks lately for exercise. And while I have been taking my walks, I have been making myself pay attention to the things around me, all the beautiful things that I see outside that the earth has to offer, like flowers and animals, birds, lizards. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have been seeing some really neat stuff outside of my walks. So the last time we visited, that's what my walk was a focus about, meaning that's what I made my brain think about. This time when I went on a walk, I decided to make my brain stop and think about all of the beautiful things that I am lucky to have in my life. And I thought of a lot of things. But one thing that really stuck in my head was my family. And it made me think of the adults that helped take care of me. My mom and my dad, my parents. They helped take care of me, and I thought about all the things they've taught me since I was a tiny baby. Because, I've not always been an adult. I used to be a little tiny baby. Yeah. And then I grew, and then I grew, and I grew, and I grew to become an adult. And in all that time, I was lucky to have my family who helped take care of me. My mom, my dad, but then I had a lot of aunts, I had a lot of uncles, I had grandparents, I had an older brother who helped take care of me. So I was really lucky with all the people that were there that were able to help take care of me. So it made me wonder, because, we can't meet in person. I was curious, what adults in your life are important? Which adults are important to you? that help take care of you? Oh, some of you. Oh, wow. Okay. So some of you said, yeah, my mom. Oh, my dad. Yes. Uncles. Oh, some of you said, oh, you live with your cousins. Your aunt. Okay, yeah. Aunt and uncle. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, grandparents. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yes. So many different people. Yes, families they're so important, right? So, oh, wow. Okay. Really great. So, you guys have shared with me that you also have adults that are important to you. Well, as I was thinking of this today, as I was walking, it made a book pop, boom, right into my head. And it made me think of, you know how I do sometimes, I'm like thinking of something else, and then I'm like, oh, I have a book that is so perfect for that. And I thought I'd share it with you today, because I thought, you know what? I am sure that all of the readers that I read with, they have somebody important to them, an adult important to them that helps take care of them. And so I thought, let me read this book and see if you enjoy it as much as I do. This book is called Love You Forever. So that's kind of how I feel about my family. I feel like I love them forever, no matter how big I get. The book is called Love You Forever. It is written by Robert Munsch and illustrated by Sheila McGraw. Illustrated means the person who drew the pictures. So I'm going to show you the cover, and then we'll find out what happens on the inside of the story of the book. Now, while you're listening to the story, notice what do you notice while you're listening? Notice if you see any changes happening with the characters in the story, and then when I'm done, I'll ask you what you noticed. Okay? It might just stay the same. I don't know. But see if you notice anything that changes with the characters in the story. Oh, okay. True. Okay, so you're going to notice things that change and if something might stay the same. Okay, good idea. See? That's what I like. I like it. You guys are thinking out there. Brains are on. Okay, here we go. Love You Forever. Hold on, I gotta check my notes. Okay, here we go. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. So I don't know the tune to the song, so I just say it. But I'm sure there was like a tune. That's why it says she sang it. Oh, notice how small the baby is there. Fits right in her little arms, right? So snug. Oh. Yeah, I know. It looks new, huh, the baby? The baby grew. Oh. He grew, and he grew, and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Oh my gosh. I know. What? I saw your eyes were like, what? That's not good for watch. Sometimes his mother would say, this kid is driving me crazy. Yep. Oh, you know what I just realized? Well, first let me show you this picture. Yeah. Oh, he's made a mess. Well, he's 2 years old, I guess, right? He's learned to walk. He's getting into some things. Oh. That's the same picture that's on the cover of the book. Yeah. Good notice. Yeah. But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Aww. Aww. So even though he made that mess, she definitely wanted him to know she loves him. Yeah. Right, because he's still learning. Yeah. He didn't know. He doesn't know what a toilet and a watch, they don't go together. He learned it though, didn't he? I'm sure she taught him then. Oh, the little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old, and he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. Ooh, a little smelly. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Oh, that's not a good choice, is it? No. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. You think she sold him to the zoo? I don't think so either. Have you ever had those times where you're kind of not being very nice, not very polite to your family? Yeah, I used to have those times too. Yeah. Let's see, you think she's going to be upset with him? Let's see. She might have been at the time. Let's see what happens. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. She didn't want to wake him. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. So she didn't care how big he was growing. She always saw him as her baby. Yeah. Her baby boy that she loved. Yeah. Aww. She's very patient too. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes the mother felt like she was in a zoo. So now he's getting older, teenager, hanging out with his friends, wearing different style of clothes, different music, new kinds of music that his mom didn't get. She didn't understand. So she called it strange. Making a mess. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, came across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. She is. Look, she's quietly coming in. That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got a house across town. So now he's an adult and he has his very own home. See? Moving into his own house. Someday, maybe you'll be an adult and you'll buy your own house, right? Yeah. But sometimes, so he's not living with his mom anymore. You guys noticed that, yeah. Yeah, which is fine, right? Because you grow up and he got his job and he has his own place to live, but I bet she misses him, right? Yeah. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. Where do you think she's going? You think so? If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Aww. Oh, this book is so sweet. Kind of letting us know, she wants him to know that she always loves him and she always sees him as her baby. She wants to be there for him always, right? Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. One day she called up her son and said, You'd better come see me because I'm very old and sick. So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. Aww. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song. I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be. Oh, now he's taking care of her. And he learned that from his mom. Yes. He learned how to show love and take care of her. He learned that from his own mother. Yeah, so the whole book she's been showing him that even if things are hard or no matter what, how to show love to each other. Yeah, so sweet. He's there for her now. When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Aww. So he learned that from his mom, and he's continuing the tradition with his own child, making sure that his child knows he's there for his baby, and no matter how big or how grown up she gets, she's always going to be his baby. Yeah, it's true. The end. Oh, how sweet. I love that book. You know, I think if you talked to some of the adults that help take care of you, they would say, yes, they do. They always want to make sure that you know that you're loved and cared for. And I think that the adults that take care of us do a lot for us. Don't you guys think? Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Oh, sorry. You're right. I did ask you a question. I told you to notice some stuff. Did you guys notice any changes with the characters in the story? Yes. Okay. So the character that was the baby got older. Yes, throughout the book, and grew older. Yes, and changed. Yes, their age changed. Very good. And what about the mom? What'd you say? Oh, you're right. Yep. Yes, the mom also got older. You're right. Yes, yeah. Oh, good notice. There was a notice about who's taking care of who. Wow, you guys are really thinking. I know, right? First, she was always taking care of him and checking on him, making sure he's okay. She just wants to make sure all the time. I tell you right now, I think if our parents could, they'd just ride around in our pocket so they'd know exactly how we're doing all the time. I think my mom would, if she could. Which I love that about her, by the way. But we have to grow up, right? Yeah, so we can have our own life and learn how to be a kind and loving and patient human being, just like this mom was trying to teach her son. And he's going to pass it on to his daughter, right? Oh, so sweet. Well, anyway, I just wanted to share that book with you because I thought of it and when I was thinking about the people that I'm thankful for in my life. And bonus, I also realized that I was thinking about my mom, and I realized, oh my goodness, it's Mother's Day in the United States. Yeah, in the United States, we celebrate Mother's Day on May 9th. Now, I know in Thailand, I think this year in Thailand, Mother's Day is going to fall on August 12th. So if you do live in Thailand, which is where I live right now, and if you're watching this and you're in Thailand and you're from Thailand, you can make this craft still and give it to your moms on Mother's Day in August, or you can give it, to be honest with you, you can give it to your mom whenever you want, because I think it's always nice to say thanks to our moms and the people that take care of us. Don't you think so? Yes. So, but it is a surprise. So, if you are a mom of the child that's watching this video, if you have somebody else in the family who can help your child make this craft for you, then it will be a surprise on May 9th or August 12th or whenever your family celebrates Mother's Day. So I'm going to get my materials to show you the craft we are going to surprise our moms with. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I have my materials. Hopefully, the mom of the house has gone somewhere else so that you can make your surprise. All right, if not, you can make it with your mom. That is fine as well. It will still be a lovely surprise. So I'm going to show you what the craft is going to look like after you make it. Well, I'll show you how mine turned out. And then remember, this is your creation, your imagination, however you want to make it. This is just ideas. So a lot of times for Mother's Day, people like to give flowers to their moms. But that is not very crafty. But I did think, we can make flowers. We can make flowers for our moms and put them in a vase. So one of the flowers I made, it is really big, but it's because I'm also remembering that I'm working on recycling and reusing things that I already have. So there's a small flower, looks like this, and here's the vase, and it's on the front of a card, so you can write a card. The vase is right here. I'm going to show you how to draw. It's so easy, you guys. You're going to love it. It's going to be so much fun. And the flowers here, you'll notice that's my husband, Kevin, and that's his mom. And this is going to be mailed to her in the United States from Thailand as her Mother's Day card. Is that exciting or what? So anyway, this is the one he made. And then there's a bigger one because I made this one using a circle. This part in the middle is important. Using a smaller circle. Well, the smaller circle came from the middle of a paper plate, like this. And I was like, what? I can't waste the rest of the paper plate. So, pause. Sorry, this is my doorbell. I'll be right back. Hi. Sorry about that. My doorbell rang. I had to go answer it. Thanks for your patience. So what I was telling you was I didn't want to waste the rest of that paper plate that I used to make this small circle with. So I used the big part, the leftovers of the paper plate, and I made a giant flower. Look at it. What? And look, that's my mom. That's me and my mom. So I made this big giant one using the rest of that paper plate. So I just did that because I had leftover paper plate, and it came out really cool. And I just picked whatever colors. Isn't that fun? Okay, sorry, the paper is the colors that I chose. But you can make those flowers. You can make the flowers like I just showed you with paper, or if you want to use paint. And you will notice that one of my flowers, I'm sorry, you probably didn't notice because I didn't show it to you, but I'm planning on gluing the vase, which looks like this, onto this piece of cardboard. And then I'm going to glue the flower at the top here onto this piece of cardboard. I'm just recycling that piece of cardboard, and I'll put it together in front of you in just a moment. Another way you could make some flowers, if you don't have a bunch of paper, like the colored paper, you could color paper and cut it. I'll show you what you need to do, but you can paint. Yeah, and I'm going to show you how you can make those as well. Same vase, just paint instead. Fun, right? I know, I'm super excited. Okay, as you can tell, I had a little bit of fun making these, so I made a lot of them. But let me show you how to do it. All right, so first things first, you will need, for this kind of flower, the one with the paper, okay, you will need a circle, and let me trace the circle size is up to you. So if you want the size of circle that will make this size of a flower, like this is a whole piece of paper, okay? So you can see, oh, okay, that's the size of the flower on this one, okay? If you want the circle that will make that size of flower, then the circle needs to be about this big, which is the same as, like if you had a whole piece of paper and you folded it into, so you fold it in half, and then you fold it again so that there's 4 squares on it, like this. This size of a circle right here, see how there's 4 squares? See that? Or 4 rectangles, excuse me. This size of circle is that's the size of paper you would need to make this size of a circle, okay? So when I say make a circle, you would just get that size of paper, and you would draw a circle, and then there's another circle in the middle, you might notice. You see that? So I actually am doing a smaller one, and I wanted you to watch. So here we go. So here's a circle. I did a smaller one. This is the size of the medium-sized one. And this is the size of the large one. So this is the paper plate. This is actually a small paper plate. So it's up to you the size, really. But all you need to know is how to do it. So here we go. So this is a smaller circle, and I haven't done this size yet, but I'm doing it small because for time purposes, okay? So there should be a circle in the middle, like that. Then all you need are strips of paper. Now, for the strips of paper, what you will need, now I have colored paper, so I'm going to use that to show you how long these strips of paper need to be. Now, see, if you fold a full piece of paper into 3 parts like that, and you cut, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to cut one of those sections off. You can't see what I'm doing. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm going to cut part of this off. You know what I think I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to make the size that we have already so that you can know exactly which size I'm making. Right now, this is the size flower I'm making. So what you'll do is you just need one of those sections. Okay, see, now I've cut one of these pieces off. And all you need to do is cut strips of paper about an inch thick. Now, your family can help you with this. I'm gonna just cut, and I know you could draw lines or you could fold if you wanted, like this, and then like this, like a fan, so that they're all similar sizes. You could do that. I'll do that so you can kind of have a line to cut on, up to you. I really just kind of, it doesn't have to be exact, but close. You want it to be, so for each flower, you want two, let's see, I think you want to end up with 16 strips of paper. So let's see, this one, these are going to be too skinny, but it's okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, I got too many. That's why that one was skinny. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you get your glue stick. And this is so easy, you guys. Check it out. I'm going to let you see real close. Okay. So here we go. You put the glue on a dot, like let's say right here, okay? I just put a little dot of glue, and then I'm gonna just put one end of my paper right on the circle line, onto the inside circle line. You see that? Then I'm gonna go next door, and I'm gonna put another paper right here. And see how it's kind of making a little triangle right there? Then I'm going to go next door. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. There we go. Okay. And you notice I'm just leaving them straight. They're just like, it looks like a big sun right now. I'm going to move this over now that you know this is the one we're making. The size, that's the size. Then I'm going to go, here I'll go next door here so you can see. Okay. This board is just my board I'm using so I don't get glue on my table. Okay, and I'm going to do this here. This strip's a little bit fat, but I think it'll be okay. I'm pretty, it's a flower, so you know, flowers have different size petals. It's okay. And it keeps making that little triangle. See that? Little white triangle in between. Here, we'll put a, let's see, we'll use these skinny ones. I don't want to waste any paper, so we'll use some of these skinny ones. So for this size, okay, of circle, you're gonna, and I guess in the end, you're gonna be putting these papers on, and if you're like, oh, I need more strips, then you've got more strips. No problem. No worries. No worries. I'm going to go right next door. I'm going to put another one right here. It was not exact. It was very, see, I'm going to actually just put this guy right kind of in the middle. It's okay. Okay, there you go. So it's like a sun. Now the next step to make the petals look like this is you put, now you're going to go on top of this petal, okay, right here, where it is, you're going to put another dot of glue, and then you're just going to do this. Boom. And just touch it, and it stays. You just touch it. And if you want your petals to be longer, make your strips longer. Yeah, I was just trying to give you an idea of where to start. But you can make your strips longer, and it'll, your petals will be longer. They'll stick out further, which is fine. Okay. There we go. And you do them all. Now, once, oops, that one just came up. Oops, okay. We're going to have to be a little bit more patient. So let me actually hold it down a little bit. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sometimes you have to hold it so it will stay. Put some more glue. You can put it down. Okay. And then you keep going all the way around. Now, the next step after you do this to all of your straight pieces of paper and you curl them in on each other, then the next step is to cut another sheet of strips. You need some more strips. So all you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry. Counting to make sure it sticks. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then what you do is you cut another. Remember, we still have, we still have two. This is that paper that I cut the first section off. Now I'm going to cut another section off for my next group of strips. And then all you do is you cut inch-wide strips. And I really do kind of just eyeball it a little bit, which means I guess. But if you want to fold it like I showed you, you can. I'm not going to do this whole flower, but I just want to show you what your next step is. Because I want to show you also how to do the painting flower if you need to do that. So next, you see where the white triangles are? Now you're going to put a glue right there where that triangle is, and you're going to put the next straight paper there, and you just hold it there. Let it let it just sit there. And you go to the next one, the next white triangle area, and you do the same thing. You just do that. Oops, sorry, it slid. You still want it to come up to that middle, that circle, the middle circle, the circle that's in the middle where that line is. That's kind of where you want that paper to touch, right there. Okay. Okay. And then once you have those all the way around, you'll do that same second step. You'll put glue on top and you'll fold it up. And maybe we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, that one. You want to slide it forward. That's the good thing about a glue stick or just glue in general. It doesn't dry right away. I will say glue stick, if you can, is probably the easier way to do this. But if you don't have it, regular glue works just fine. There you go. And then you just keep going all the way around till all the triangles are covered. And you will have, see my flower, this flower is all orange. You can do an all orange flower. Or, like I did, you can pick 2 different colors. I'm sorry, this is Kevin's. Like my husband Kevin did, you can pick 2 different colors and make it 2 different colors. The vase is something that you wanted to know about. The vase is very easy to draw. So the vase, depending on how big your flower is, depending on how many flowers you want to make. If you're making a vase with a few flowers, then you may want a bigger vase. But this is the basic way that you draw the vase. Here we go. This is a small piece of paper. I know this. But with your pencil, so the top line straight, bottom line straight. That's it. All you have to do with your pencil is you go from the corner, come in, slide in, okay? Then from the corner, come in, slide in, stop, okay? Then what you do is you just make a belly, big bump. I mean, this is a pretty tall one. If you want to make it shorter and fatter, you start lower. A big bump. There you go. Okay? And if you can't see it, then you just trace it with your marker. Different size vases, up to you. You can do it on white paper and color it. You can do it on pink paper and just cut it out. And there you go. There's the vase. Now I'll show you. Sorry, I have it. Oh. For example, this vase, I believe, is a different. See, this one's a little bit fatter. The one I made here. A little bit shorter and fatter. Hi. This one, is upside down. This one I did on blue paper and just cut it out. This one I did on pink paper and I used paint. I painted a bubble wrap with paint, and then I just stamped it on here. Basically, I painted the bubble wrap with blue paint and then I just stamped it on here. So I had a pattern on my vase. You don't have to do that, but you can. On this vase, we cut the vase out first, and then we just put dots of paint on here and then folded it over on itself and just pressed the colors together. Just an idea. I was really just playing with ideas of how to put patterns on the vase if you want. But for example, on my mom's, I just made a black vase like this. And I am going to glue it, actually, in the interest of time. I think I'm just going to tape it down for a second, just so you can see it stuck there. I'm just going to kind of glue it on right here. And then, I'm just going to, right there. And then we'll show you there, this can go right here. And then, with a white piece of paper, you can write a nice message. Like you could write, I have to use a white piece of paper because my base is black. This is one that I think I'm going to use. And I'm going to write it and then I'll show it to you. But I have to measure the vase to make sure I don't go too far. Here, just make sure I don't go too far. Okay. So I'm going to write, Mom, I made you this flower. Now, you can write Happy Mother's Day, or you could write, I love you, Mom. I love you. I'm going to show you. Sorry, I know it's quiet. I'm just making sure I have it on here. It says, Mom, I made you this flower just so you know. I'll love you forever no matter how much I grow. Love, Steph. Sometimes Miss Stephanie's family calls her Steph. So anyway, I thought that was a great little saying that I found, and I like it to go along with our book that we read today. Because no matter how big her son grew. He loved her and she loved him forever. The last thing I wanted to show you was if you wanted to do the paint flowers, you could. I'm just going to show you how I did it. You know how to do the vase, check. I used paint, but I made these toilet paper rolls, and what I did with the scissors is I just cut thin slits and then bent them back. So it made like a flower shape like that. And then on this one, I'm just showing you what I did first. I drew that shape at the top and then I cut it out. So after you cut it out, then you bend them back and it makes a flower shape like that. And it becomes a stamp. And so I'll show you exactly how to do this really quickly. I told you guys I had too much fun with the craft. I was having such a good time. But basically, what you do is you put paint. Now, I used this as my painting area, as you can see. I'm just going to use this as an example so you can see how I did it. But I'm just going to put some paint out here on my, I'm going to just put some out here. Here, okay. And then I'm going to just kind of, I might actually just paint the backs of these, but really you don't have to do that. If you put it down here, you should be able to get paint on your whole stamp, okay? You get paint on your whole stamp here. Get it, okay? And then you put it on your paper or your cardboard, however you do it, and you want to push on all the petals. So you're going to get some paint on your fingers, but it's okay. Then you lift it up and it's like a little flower shape. Oh, I need some more paint over here. So I probably need some more paint on my palette. And then you do the same with this. And you can choose whatever color you want. I just had orange. I like orange. I just decided to do that color. And you can create with the paints, if you have paints. These are acrylic paints. Then in the middle, what I did was still looks pretty good. And then in the middle, what I did was I used yellow. And I just painted with my finger the yellow in the middle. Yeah. And you notice how my yellow flower went over the orange flower? I needed to make the yellow darker. And so after I stamped it, I used my finger just to dab yellow. And it came out pretty good. I thought it was pretty nice. So these are all some wonderful ways you could give your mom some flowers, Mother's Day flowers, telling her thank you so much for being such a great mom. And so I do have a special guest today before we go. So I am going to pause and see if that special guest is available. Okay, see you guys in a minute. I know it's so much excitement today. Sorry. Hello, I'm back, and our special guest is available, and here he is.
Hey everyone, it's Kevin. How are you? This is Miss Stephanie's husband. I think I've been on here a little bit before, but I'm on today to say with Miss Stephanie to our mothers, Happy Mother's Day. Since we're here in Thailand, we can't be with them on that day, but we want them to know that we love them and we miss them, and we will see them soon. And to all the mothers out there, thank you for everything that you do, and enjoy your day. Have a great time, and we will see you soon.
Oh, thanks, Kevin, for joining us. I know that you're busy, and so we really appreciate your time. And I know you got to go.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Oh, that was Kevin. That was my husband. Oh, my gosh, so exciting. So, guys, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, like Kevin said. And before I go, I wanted to end with a song that is a great way to tell someone that you really care for, that you love them. In case you're not able to make the craft, you can at least sing this song. This is another idea you can do. Ready? It's called Skidamarinka Dinka Dink. If you've never heard it, here it comes. I'm going to teach it to you. Ready? Here we go. You have to get your voice ready. It goes like this. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. I really mean it. I love you. Okay, guys, see you next week. I hope that you have a great time with your craft. Do not forget to send them in because I did collect all the pictures from all my other artists who have turned in artwork, and I will be showcasing them on our next story time. I figured out how to do it. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.